What are you going to gain from today's episode? That's that's the 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 big thing that I want to bring forward. You're going to gain one thing. Can Nigeria be saved? Yes, we can. See, put that. See, yes, we can. We can save Nigeria. But the person that's going to have to save Nigeria is going to be the person has to be Azimi Koko, the guy who's talking to you guys right now. Because Sanusi just dropped a bombshell and said that if you are a permanent secretary who is afraid of losing your job, then no matter what the establishment guys are putting on you, you're going to do what they want you to be able to do. Very quickly, you may have God in your ear when your people are telling you that go get your own national cake, which means that has always been what the society will tell you. So when you get out there, you had the plan to change things, but you're not going to be, you will be afraid. And as such, those permanent secretaries are afraid, and as such, they are not going to be able to make the changes. But I decided to put myself into the picture and said, I believe that I'm going to be the game changer because of the way I make decisions. I'm also forced again to give that same mantle to Trump because he got there through what you call brute force. That is how he got to where he got to. I personally, I'm not using brute force. I'm using what you call constructive engagement, quiet diplomacy, and then be fair in your dealings with humanity. And as such, I'm organically trying to see whether I can put what you call a movement in place. And then when the movement is in place, the people will now come and rise. Don't get me wrong. I think somebody like Sanusi should run for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because of what he said was that he has tried to make changes in the system and he faced a lot of resistance. Let me also drop a name that I thought you should, without even dropping name, just continue on that same trajectory. I'm saying that the way I make decisions, which is on the seat of my pants, then I think I will be able to make decisions to save Nigeria. I'm afraid not to give that power to Obi because he doesn't make his decision on the seat of his pants. He is cultured, measured, groomed, but he has a little bit of a knack to him where he believes in what he believes in, and as such, he's the only option available to us. The best option we have is a woman like Natasha, the senator who is currently under suspension, or Yesuf. Both of them can run. Why Aisha be the president or Natasha be the president, doesn't really matter, with one being the vice president. Then this country can be saved overnight because there is no even any slightest imagination that a woman is going to become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the next 1 million years. But we do have an opportunity right now where those who can run. If I have my way, I will bankroll it. That was my intention at the very beginning. I wasn't thinking about me running. But I always believed that if I was going to bankroll them, they're going to have to be the one that would call me out and said, we want you to be a VP, or stuff like that, which gives me another room to become a president. But I already declared that I want to become president. So what I'm going to do right now, and I'm polishing myself now, saying that I'm the only one who can make decision on behalf of this country to become, for the country to be what it would have loved to be. And the book that I just wrote, if it's read by all the Nigerian, then secondary and tertiary institutions, we can say that, hey, the thing which is everybody do what they are good at doing, that they've been doing in all their life, follow through with it as they are doing it. They just tell what they are doing and don't worry about it because, for example, our humanity, which is Nigeria, which is part of our humanity, we are not in danger. I'm saying that because, I just chat with somebody 3 days ago, and I'm currently sending out what you call a campaign, a donation, a book promotion, ask me anything platform on what you call a podcast, and my everyday technology. I'm putting everything on the blog. I haven't got any response from it. I may not get a response from it. I'm not worried about that. What I'm going to do, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and then start bombarding the Reddit and the Quora, and I'll be able to build my own cadre from there. And I can use those people to be able to launch it, because a lot of people that I'm currently seeking campaign donation to, they're just watching me and saying, again, you are back again. You don't know what you're doing. You didn't know what you were doing before. They didn't have no confidence in me because they believed that I was not a crook. And I saw they themselves are a crook, and I saw they are stuck in their own they are stuck behind scene, and they can't get anywhere. They can't do anything. A lot of them are going into sunset. Why? I'm just going into sunrise. So I'm going to wrap things up by saying that I believe I'm the only one that can. The only reason I say that is because I saw the bottleneck of our system. As a Benin person, I didn't get no money from it. I kept going. When I got to the School of Agriculture, I started getting low money from there. When I was against my personal wish, I was made the president of the student union government. Against my personal wish, they made me the provost marshal of the secret commander, which is the second in command. At that point in time, I was being tested whether I was going to be eating. And I refused to eat. So at the time I got into the federal government coffer, I saw the way the Shagari administration were all eating and drinking and smoking, stuff like that. Then when I ran into a situation where somebody was trying to coerce me into bribery, I said no. So when we returned back to the office the next day, we called in there and they asked what's going on here. And I said, I'm the one that made that call, that we're not going to give the woman unfair advantage. And as such, my boss then dispatched us and left. My decision that I made there was the seat of my pants without thinking about it. I have made decisions like that all through my life. And I believe that the next president of Nigeria has to be one of those who will be able to make that kind of decision. Whether he's a minister or not. Because my decision to say that I wanted a woman to become president for the Republic of Nigeria is sit of my pants decision, which I'm following through. And I believe that the women were the goddess, the men, one man got jealous of them and started using propaganda machinery behind their back. Now they are at the bottom of the totem pole. And I was thinking that we're going to try to showcase a woman in Nigeria and America. I'm still very big on that. So at this point in time, I have polished my thinking and saying that, what's her name? Natasha and Aisha, they can run pari passu to be able to save Nigeria. Other than them, I am the best team that we have going. It's like white bread. I'm the best team that was created except the white bread. So what Sanusi was saying, to recap everything, is that Sanusi was saying that unless you are not going to be coerced as a permanent secretary, then you can say, okay, I'm not afraid to lose my job and make decision, but you cannot be able to do that if the society already told you go and get your own national cake, and then you are back there. Then you are a little bit, you have a good head on your shoulder because you went to right primary school, you went to right secondary school, and you went to university and came out. The society already tell you go and get your own national cake. Anytime you are now working, you are just out there. You will be able to change things, but you can't change it because you are afraid that you're going to lose your job. Then the country is going to always be in the toilet. But the person that can do that changes is going to be somebody like me. You can have my word on that. This is Okisoba Idada. Thank you for listening.